I kind of wanted to get personal with y'all, um, because I don't know. I feel like I haven't really touched up upon this, but yeah. Before I tell y'all, I just wanted to say that I'm making like positive videos on TikTok. I suggest that you check them out. It's not too many right now at the moment, but it is a good amount, like a good okay amount, you know. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the topic. So there's like not really a motive or a reason why I wanted to make this video. I guess I just kind of said, "Hey, let's talk about something because it's something important too, you know." But yeah. Um so we're going to break this down and you're eventually going to understand what I'm talking about. So this comes into parts um, of the subject. There's the first part, which is seeing people around you um, doing something that they're not supposed to do. You know, it's really like not good for their um, physical or mental health, but they still do it anyways because they are stuck inside of the hole of doing that again and again and again, you know. Um, and then there is the part where you find out what that thing is. So you finally find out what the brand is, what the name is, what that originates from and stuff, and why people do it. So then there's the time of need. Um you eventually get into it yourself. You try it for the first time and it's an unpleasant feeling, you know, because you're unexperienced in that and it doesn't go well, but you decide to keep sticking with that anyways. And then last part is the fact that you're so hooked onto it that you don't want to not do it anymore, still knowing that it's not good for you. um I want y'all to guess what that is, but um yeah, basically the main thing is that don't get trapped into things that will slowly bring you down to a state where you're just like not even feeling anything anymore, you know? Like it's not healthy. And I've heard people say, "Oh, well, this is like literally the only thing I know to do and it's hard for me to break out of." But I mean, you have to put in the effort into trying to do that. You can't just say that you want to break out of that within, you know, the next week or so. You get back into that same thing that you said you didn't want to do. Um, Now, a lot of people use their use the things that aren't good for them as something for a coping mechanism, which is a temporary thing, by the way, because you still end up feeling bad and not good after that experience, you know, because it's something that's repeatedly happening. And yeah, I had probably like only one bad thing that I had kept slipping into, um, and I don't fall into it anymore because I told myself and I told others that I was going to slip away from that and redirect myself into something way better than that, you know? So, yeah, at the end of the day, it comes out to how much do you really want to, you know, break away from that? Do you want to only break away from it temporarily and then crawl back into it because it's the only thing that you know, because something that you saw other people doing, and now you're just, like I said, hooked onto that, and it's like the only cope you have? Like, no. I don't think that it's a good thing because, you know, whatever it is, anything that you're doing that is bad for you already, it's going to have its effects in the long run. And you say that you want to live out to the best, but you're slowly like killing the things that are um, keeping you up, you know? So, yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to really say for this. It's just a little reminder to anyone that has fallen into something that they know that's bad for them but they keep doing it. Um I think that you can um break away, and if you want to talk about it with me, just add my Discord. I have always said this in the videos, but just go to my shorts, scroll all the way down. You should see my username. Add me. It still hasn't changed. The profile picture has, but not my username. Add me on there. We could talk about it, and yeah. But I guess the last thing I wanted to say was that, like, maybe I didn't say those parts correctly for some things, because it doesn't apply to every single little thing, but it applies to the majority of bad things in your life that you do that seem to be a coping thing, you know? Um, if this video has helped you out with at least knowing this knowledge, you can tell this to other people so that way they can also break away from that bad cycle. And then everything's good from there, you know? At least as long as you can keep them in check. But yeah, um aside from that though, I am starting to go back to the gym. I have a goal to lose 15 pounds, and yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. Um Face reveal, I don't even know when that's going to be. Uh to be honest, I had like many videos with my face in it, but I just deleted them all just because I felt like it was a bit too early in the time that I was in to show my face. Um, but for those of y'all who are like people that have subscribed to me from like the beginning of my channel, which, as you know, I kind of grew at sort of a fast rate on my channel. Y'all saw my face, so yeah. Eventually the reveal will come when I decide to actually do that. Um, that's what I'm gonna leave that off with. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay positive, and I think I'm gonna title this video "Break Away from the Pattern," because that's sort of what it is, what we talked about with those steps. So, yeah. Anyways, like I said, goodbye.